Welcome to Story Time with Miss DAIREN. Today, a new story. Little Red Riding Hood. Are you ready? I am. Off we go. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood who lived at the edge of a big dark forest. Little Red Riding Hood had a grandmother who lived on her own in a cottage on the other side of the forest. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood set off to visit her grandmother for lunch, as she did every week. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along the path through the forest, but soon she became a bit tired, so she decided to stop to have a rest. As she closed her eyes, Little Red Riding Hood heard a voice coming from the trees. "Hello, little girl, are you lost?" "I'm not lost. I'm going to visit my grandmother, who lives in a cottage on the other side of the forest," Little Red Riding Hood replied. What Little Red Riding Hood didn't know was that she was talking into a big bad wolf. Oh no! Can you see? Yeah. The big bad wolf wanted to wobble up Little Red Riding Hood right then, but he decided he would race ahead to her grandmother's cottage so he could wobble them both up for lunch. Oh my goodness, what a big bad wolf, isn't it? The wolf ran ahead until he reached the Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's cottage. He knocked on the door and listened. "Who's there?" called a voice from inside. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," replied the wolf. The wolf opened the door, and before Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother could even scream, he wobbled her right up. Oh no! Quickly, the wolf put on her nightcap and glasses and tucked himself in bed. When Little Red Riding Hood reached her grandmother's cottage, she knocked at the door and called out, "Grandmother, it's me! It's Little Red Riding Hood!" "Come in," said a voice from inside of the cottage. So Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and went inside. Little Red Riding Hood thought that her grandmother looked a little bit strange, so she switched on a lamp near the bed to see better. "Grandmother, what a big eyes you have!" exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with, my dear," said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood crept a little closer. "I'm going to check. Grandmother, what a big ears you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to hear you, my dear," replied the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood crept right up to the bed. "Grandmother, what a big teeth you have!" cried Little Red Riding Hood as the light grained off the wolf's teeth. "All the better to eat you, my dear," shouted the wolf, leaping off the bed. How bad! As Little Red Riding Hood screamed and knocked her basket as hard as she could at the big bad wolf, the basket was very heavy and it knocked the wolf right over. Wow! Just then, the door to the cottage swung open and Little Red Riding Hood's father arrived on his way home for wood chopping. Little Red Riding Hood told her grandfather all about the big bad wolf and how he had eaten her grandmother and tried to eat her too. Little Red Riding Hood's father took his enormous axe and very carefully slit the wolf's tummies open. And out popped Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Look at Grandma! She's safe! Wow, well, thankfulness. Little Red Riding Hood, grandmother was very, very happy to be back, and she agreed to come for tea at the Little Red Riding Hood house. Little Red Riding Hood, her grandmother and her father walked out the cottage and pulled the door closed behind them. Good riddance, big bad wolf, said Little Riding Hood. And they were all very happy after this. Wow! What a nice story after all of this. Nice. Hope you like the story. And I will see you very soon. Bye.